Hi everyone, we're just going to quickly touch on how to write a conclusion paragraph for an argument essay or a persuasion essay. So we've been studying a bit of how to write a start of a persuasive essay, and then we've just been doing how to create a body for our essay, and we're just going to touch on how we write a conclusion or a strong conclusion in able to finish off our essay really well. So we want to end our essay with how do you end your essay in a way that leaves your reader thinking. You want your reader ultimately to change their point of view, to be on your side, to agree with all the points that you've been putting forwards, all of the language that you've been using, whether it be the emotive language or the argumentative language. You want your readers leaving with understanding not only where you come from, but also agreeing with it. So you need to make sure that your conclusion really sums up mainly your body and really strongly states what your opinion is about this piece, because that's where you're going to be getting the most marks. So goals for our conclusion: you've got to reinstate your thesis in a different way using strong words. You need to ask yourself what positive changes would happen when this change is made. You then need to make a call to action. What do you want your reader to do? And we're just going to break up each of these goals really simply so that when you go to write your conclusion for your essay, you can just go over this video and you can remind yourself on how best to do this. So number one, restate your thesis in a different way using strong words. So your thesis can be your ideas or your point of view. Thesis statement, it says, is an assertion. It takes a stand, it answers a specific question, and is debatable. And so the example that I have here is, through careful sociological study, we've found that people naturally assume that morally righteous people look down on them as inferior, causing anger and conflict where there generally is none. So this person has made it really super clear the idea or their opinion on the matter, for they state at the end where there generally is none. So you've got to make sure that in your body you've made your ideas really clear, and then in your conclusion you need to as well. But remember, whenever we do writing, we don't want to be using the same words, especially when it comes to using those emotional words or those strong words. We don't want to keep using them because it's super boring. We want to find different ways of being able to really grab our readers' attention as well as getting our point across. And so, for example, the writer here has used in the quotation marks, which means that they're also really making their point of view clear, because they're not actually calling people morally righteous or they're calling them inferior. They're just stating what people make them. They do it really well, as in through careful sociological study, they're making a really strong statement in the way that they're using not only a study, but they're using a sociological one. They're making it really clear where they're getting their information from, so that there is an understanding that through this, they're not just using their own opinion. They've got evidence to back up their opinion, and they've made that really clear either in their body or in their conclusion here. So when you write, you need to ask yourself what positive changes would happen when this change is made. And I've put the picture, new mindset, new results. So what you've got to do is, whenever you write your conclusion, you've got to basically make a statement of what would happen if people agreed with you, or if people changed the way that they did things because of what they read in this essay. So for example, if it was a climate change essay and someone was really strongly saying that we should make changes to better our environment, one of the things that you could use in your conclusion would be the animals are all going to be a lot better. We're going to lose less animals in our extinction rate, which is a super positive thing. Or you could say something like, everyone wants their grandchildren to be able to see the animals that they see. No one wants to be describing elephants or butterflies that no longer exist anymore, because climate change has come to such a state where the animals have suffered so much that they've died. So you can still use that really strong language, But when you sort of say those sorts of things and you go, and because we're changing the way that we're doing this, we're going to be more conscious about the energy that we use and the resources we use. We're going to have so many more animals than what we have. Our environment's going to be so well taken care of. There will be great holidays that you'll be able to take. You'll be able to go and see different landscapes because they won't have been damaged. Animals will still be around. All these different things are so much better for not only just our environment, but us ourselves. One of the other really good reasons why we use positive changes, you use specifically for the reader themselves. How are they going to benefit from agreeing with you and changing the way that they do things? Because when you make it a personal conviction in their conclusion, they're more likely to agree with you and also more likely to then reflect on their life and what they do, which means that you are making an impact through this persuasive essay you're doing. And lastly, this is what's make a call to action. And what do you want your reader to do? So I've used the example of Budget Direct. They've got everyone really riled up. They want everyone to go into Victoria and go and really make an impact on people's lives. And they want to make sure that people are getting the best home and contents insurance. And so that's basically what you're doing, especially in your last sentence, is you're basically going to make a call to action and you're going to make that work with your essay. And also the last sentence needs to be a really strong sentence because it's the last thing your reader is going to read. They don't need to go back to the start of the essay or in the middle of the essay to really understand. So you usually make your last sentence, you can make it like a tagline from an ad, or you can make it like one of those really strong emotive sentences. But you need to really grab your reader. Your reader can't get bored by the end of it. Conclusion is supposed to be the top peak of your essay. It's supposed to be the best part of it. It's kind of like a movie. The best part is at the end of the movie, when everything comes together, when there's the climax of the novel, of the story. So that's basically also about your conclusion as well. You want it to be your best writing. You want it to be engaging. You want it to be strong. You want it to have a really clear way of explaining to your reader what you are wanting to do in this essay, and then also what's going to happen because you have done it. You have convinced them that your way is the right way, and in your essay you're going to convince them. So the conclusion is, what can the reader do now? Thank you everyone for your time.